The Marlins take on the Braves, 7:20 p.m. Eastern start time. The Atlanta Braves are minus 265, totals 8. And if you like the Marlins and an upset on the road here, they're plus 215 for some money line cash. Now they're also plus 105, catching the 1.5 on the run line. Eliezer Hernandez starting for the Fish. Charlie Morton for the Braves. And following our second straight day of winning premium picks on my BrockPage.com website yesterday, we also improved to 2-0 in our last two extra daily picks on that very same website. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. Now we also have 3 solid college football tier package picks going off here today as well. And if you want to access our college football tier, if you want to access that through the end of September, that's going to cost you just $14.99. We currently have over 750 members who are signed up and active on my BrockPage.com website. And if you want to see which one of these free picks on my YouTube channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website. Once again, that site is BrockPage.com. Now, Charlie Morton is 13-5 on the season, 3.47 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. The righties also struck out 185 batters. The first place Braves are also in the top 10 in home scoring. Austin Riley's batting .300 with 29 homers and 88 RBI. The third baseman's also in the top 15 in the majors with a .902 OPS. They're taking on a Miami club who's winning only 30% of their road games. This Miami lineup also strikes out more times per contest on the road than any other team in baseball. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Miami's last 3 road games got over the line. Atlanta is 3-1 to the over in their last 4 at Truist Park. I'm going to lean toward the Atlanta Braves minus 1.5 and the over 8 runs. Next ball game, Yankees versus the Mets, 7:40 Flushing, Queens. The New York Yankees are minus 130, totals 8 flat. Corey Kluber for the Yanks, Taijuan Walker for the Mets. Walker struck out 129 batters on the season, 1.19 WHIP for the righty. The Mets are 42-27 straight up at Citi Field, and they lead the majors in fewest hits allowed at home. They're taking on a struggling Yankees club who ranks in the bottom 10 in the league in hits on average per game. The Bombers also find themselves in the middle of a horrific 7-game losing streak where they actually gave up 4 runs or more in all of those losses. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, the Yankees went 60% to the under in their last 10 outings. The Mets also went 5-3 to the under in their last 8 interleague home games. I'm going to lean toward the New York Mets plus 1.5 and the under 8 runs. Next ball game, it is going to be Diamondbacks versus the Mariners, 9:10 p.m. East. The Seattle Mariners are minus 175, totals 8.5. Chris Flexen for Seattle, Humberto Castellanos for Arizona. Now, Castellanos has just 24 2/3 innings of work under his belt, 1.30 WHIP coming into today's ball game. The last place D-backs have the fewest wins in Major League Baseball, and they win only 24% of their road games for the entire year. They're taking on a Seattle club who won 7 out of their last 9 themselves, and they also rank in the top 5 in fewest home walks allowed. Chris Flexen's 11-5 on the year with a 3.56 ERA, along with 103 strikeouts. When it comes to the total on this one, 7 out of the Mariners' last 10 ball games got over the line. Meanwhile, the D-backs went 80% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Seattle Mariners minus 1.5 and the over 8.5 runs. Of that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. It is going to be Padres versus the Dodgers, 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. The LA Dodgers are minus 205, totals 8. Walker Buehler for Los Angeles, Chris Paddock for San Diego. Now, Paddock's 7-6 on the year, 95 total strikeouts for the righty. This Padres lineup is also in the top 10 in road scoring. And they're led by Fernando Tatis Jr., who's hit 37 home runs and has an OPS of 994. Tatis is also in the top 5 in the majors in both of those categories. They're taking on a Dodgers club who lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games and ranks in the bottom 10 in offensive hits at home. This LA lineup averages only 7.5 hits a game at Dodger Stadium. When it comes to the total in this one, the Dodgers went 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with San Diego. Meanwhile, the Padres went 60% to the over in their last 10 ball games as well. I'm going to lean toward the San Diego Padres plus 1.5. And the over 8 runs. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 2-0 in our last 2 extra daily picks on that webpage. I like Atlanta minus 1.5 over 8 runs. New York Mets plus 1.5 under 8. Seattle minus 1.5 over 8 and a hook. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are once again 2-0 in our last 2 extra daily picks on my brockpage.com website. I'm going to lean toward the San Diego Padres plus 1.5 and the over 8 runs. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Mike Philbrick, who said yesterday, "Thanks, Brock. You give a very thorough breakdown on each game and your picks. Thanks, man." And of course, Mike, I appreciate you taking the time out to drop me a line in the comment section below. And I certainly put a lot of hard work into the podcast here. So I appreciate you, dropping me a line in the comments section below. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website at brockpage.com. Now, guys, if you end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, we use the Patreon platform, and Patreon bills you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of September. I always tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. It's a really exciting time of the year. We had NFL starting on Thursday. We got a big slate of NFL games here on Sunday. And of course, we got a really big slate of college football here today on Saturday. So this is a great time of the year. And I'll tell you what, in about a month, once NBA, hockey, and college basketball start getting into the mix, it's going to be the greatest time of the year. And I'm really excited for it. But I'm definitely excited for NFL. What a great product. I'm telling you, man, the NFL, if you look at it, the NFL is a great product. Almost every game is interesting, it's tight, and it tells a story. So anyway, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.